You already know what it is. Lance motherfucking Tom. How you doing tonight, man? Yeah, man. It's heartbreaking, dude. Like, the Achilles injury is no joke. That's really something not to to really just shine upon, man. Need like a speedy recovery for him, bro.
Yep. And oh shit, I forgot I pushed the talk on, so that first little section was muted for me, but I'll just do a post edit later.
Oh my
Um,
god.
yeah. But anyways, fam, I mean, how you been? That Gucci versus Jeezy battle just happened, and
Yes,
honestly, yeah, I was having dinner, or I was out having dinner, so I wasn't able to watch it. But you told me the whole setup was crazy, right?
yeah, it was actually better than the Snoop Dogg one and the Patti LaBelle one, the Tony Braxton one. Not the Tony, the Brandy one, and who was the last one to do it? I forgot. I think I don't know. I forgot, but man, that was dope. They had like two king thrones. They're all furred out, standing next to each other. Like the versus battle gets better and better every time the setup is. So it's a cool experience. I mean, I experienced the last maybe 3 minutes when they played "So Icy." They performed it together, which is awesome. But other than that, yeah, I can't wait for the next versus battle.
Did they say who's gonna be next, or it's still unknown?
Well, I mean, 50 Cent said he would do a versus battle with the game because 50 Cent said that would be like the only person that can go up head to head with him. And I mean,
That's
I can
false.
agree on that, but I don't know. I
Okay,
mean, if
well,
Gucci and Jeezy can like squash the beef, I'm pretty sure 50 and Game can.
that's because Jeezy's probably the fakest gangster alive. Yeah,
Yeah, you told me that. You
more
told me that,
fake than
bro.
fucking 40 Glock.
But hey, I can't be mad at Jeezy. I can't be mad at Gucci.
I
Both of
love,
them,
yeah.
I love both of them to death. They were like what are the like middle school, high school vibes. It was high school, right? No.
Probably like high school. I didn't listen to Gucci till high school.
Yeah, yeah. So
Jeezy was probably like really listening to Jeezy. Yeah, probably high school too.
I think for me, I think both of them were middle school vibes because I remember Boys in the Hood came out when Diddy like promoted them. So Jeezy was I heard him on them Boys, and so Icy came out in middle school. I think that was in seventh grade with Gucci and Young Jeezy on it. So yeah, I mean for me it's middle school vibes. It's really cool to see like these rap stars doing these versus battle, man, because it brings you back memories. Brings you back
Uh,
to like the party days and the house parties and shit.
yeah, definitely. I'm looking at Jeezy's. I'm looking at his discography right now, and yeah, dude, I honestly didn't start listening to him probably like 20 or not 20, 2000 like 6, 2007.
Yeah,
2006
yeah,
when he
yeah.
had that fucking yeah, that Snowman album. I remember that. And then he also that same year he dropped that Inspiration album, and it had that song with R. Kelly. I think it was like Go Get It.
Go get her, go get her. Yeah.
That the I Got Money song with Ti. I don't remember the name, but I think there was a song with Mary J. Blige. Um,
Mm.
yeah, but oh no, 2005 when he made that Soul Survivor song with Akon. Yeah, that
Akon and Young
Jeez.
Jeezy.
Um, yeah, but
Trying to
like
make it
uh
easy.
me and Lance were having like an off-camera discussion earlier, and we was really talking about it. I say Gucci is the better rapper one because, I mean, I don't know, lyrically, I guess, yeah, I think Gucci's better, but flow-wise and everything, yeah, I think Gucci takes the cake on that too. Plus their discographies. I mean, both these guys putting out like a lot of fucking content over the course of like the last like 15 years, right? But I mean, Gucci's Gucci. East Atlanta Santa.
Mhm.
Like
East Atlanta Santa.
that mixtape's raw if you have not listened to it. So you need to check that out.
Yeah, for me, yeah, I mean, Gucci's good. I was going through his catalog when I was driving to work. I forgot he made like hits like Freaky Girl, Lemonade. Of
She's
course,
a
So Icy is
very
my
freaky
favorite.
girl.
Yeah, I mean, Mulatto like remixed it, which is awesome. You know what I'm saying? G-Eazy has some hits, but he had some hits where he had help, like from Akon with Soul Survivor, Neo was Leave Him Alone, R. Kelly with Go Getta. I mean, the list goes on with Jeezy, but I mean, Jeezy's cool. Like I wouldn't say he's like my top 10, top 20, but he's up there. I like his flow. I like this whole snowman thing and iced out, you know what I'm saying? So it's good seeing them both on the versus battle and really like going hit after hit after hit. This is like the trap music, crazy. Crazy vibes, you know?
Yeah. I also want to mention that like why I like Gucci more is because you remember Brick Squad,
Brick Squad.
OJ the Juice Man, Waka Flocka. Plus,
God.
Gucci's made hits without features, and I think that's also very important. I'm not saying
Oh yeah.
Jeezy didn't have hits without features too, but maybe I don't know. I'm just more biased towards Gucci, man.
No, I get it. I get it. I mean, Gucci is a bigger icon than Jeezy. We already discussed this. We already agree on it. This is something that me and Kyle agree on. Finally, that we agree on the same thing, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Gucci's a big ass icon. I mean, he got from like the tattoo of the ice cream to like losing weight and
Oh
just the
yeah.
whole vibes of Gucci is like that burr, burr, all that other shit, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, you can't hate on Gucci, man. He
Nah,
literally changed the
you
rap
can't.
game.
You can't. But
Really
at
did.
one time, Gucci was the bad guy of hip hop. He was the boogeyman of hip hop, just because of all the shit that he was affiliated with, all the shit that he was getting caught up with. People were not fucking with Gucci at
No,
one
yeah,
point in
yeah.
time.
Exactly. I mean, what rapper doesn't have controversy or other shit? You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
That's
but big
true.
ups to Gucci.
That's
Big
very
ups to
true.
Gucci, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
so you were talking about like the next verses, and you were saying that it might be like 50 Cent. He said the only person with a catalog or worth mentioning would be like the Game. And
yeah.
personally, I like 50 more than I like the Game, right?
Mhm,
So for
mhm.
me, it'd be easy pick. But
Yeah, yeah.
the Game got a way bigger discography and catalog than 50.
I mean, so the only rule that 50 put out was that Game cannot use 50's hits like How We Do and Hate It or Love It.
Oh, like any features or
Um,
anything. So like if 50's on the
yeah,
track, you can.
you know what I'm saying. So I mean, I don't know because the Game has a bigger catalog. I do agree on that part, of course. But 50 has, how can I say this? An album that has so many fucking hits that he can just use from there.
That's
But
true.
he also has like Eminem features. He's on featured on like the Games album. A lot of his features from G Unit, and like you got Young Buck's song, you got Lloyd Banks' songs. I mean, he's got a lot of people that he can use his verses on
Bro,
in the versus
yeah,
battle, you know?
just so off tops for like 50 like his songs that he could just play hits for hits. You got like In the Club, Candy
Mhm,
Shop, Pimp,
mhm,
21
mhm,
Questions, just a little
mhm,
bit.
mhm,
Many
mhm.
Men. Um
Yep.
you remember that song Disco Inferno?
Disco Inferno, let's go. Yep.
uh
All day, all day, all
did I
day.
say 21 Questions? Remember the Name?
High, remember, man, high all the time.
Yep,
You got
Wanksta.
Wangsta, uh, down. Was it uh, the line down or something? I forgot that song. But I mean, you got Massacre and Get Rich or Die Trying, both great albums.
Dude,
Um, I mean, the list goes on with 50,
uh,
and I believe 50 can destroy him, no doubt about it. I
and then
love the Game too. Don't get me wrong,
let's
but
see. And then the Games catalog, listening to was it Hate It or Love It? He said you can't use that, right?
No, you
No.
can't use How We Do either.
Oh, oh shit! Those are like my two favorite game songs. Yeah.
He got Dreams. We Ain't Put You on the Game.
My
This is all from the
life. My
documentary.
life was a good one.
I like My Life with Lil Wayne. The Kendrick Lamar song. The City.
West Side
Uh,
Story.
West Side Story. You got Jim Jones's "Gangsters." He was on that featured on that song. Uh, you got Hallelujah. You got shit. You got a whole. I totally forgot blanking out these game songs, and I fucking listen to the game all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
But it goes to show that 50 Cent had a big ass influence on the game, and
Oh shit! He
for
came.
him, for him to really ask the game for a versus battle, I think. I mean, I think the beef's already squashed.
Mm.
So for this will be a big moment
Yeah,
for
yeah,
like
yeah,
hip
yeah.
hop in general. If they go back, if they do a versus battle together, because they haven't done shit together forever. Like the game
Hmm.
has like so many diss tracks. Oh, fucking Piggy Bank with 50 Cent. Like if he plays that shit, then fuck, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh,
with shit like this, with shit like that, 50 Cent's like an icon. I think so. In my eyes,
yeah. No, 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 no. For real. I also realized that West Side Story also has a 50 feature on it, so he can't use that.
Oh, that's
So
right.
that's
Yeah, yeah,
three
yeah.
songs. That's three of the game's probably like top charting songs that he just can't use.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
That's
It's hard,
that's
man.
tough. I don't think so. eh, you know, if I would be honest, I think a dope versus battle would be like the game and like Ti or something, or not the game 50 and like Ti, or maybe even like 50 and Jay Z. I bet you if Jay Z would do it, people would probably be like, it got to be Jay Z and Nas.
Mm, I don't know because
Or what
Jay
if?
Z got a lot of fucking hits,
That's what I'm
and
saying. But
yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard because Jay Z might kind of destroy 50 because Jay
mm,
Z has been through it more, of course.
hmm
But if we played mixtape 50, then yeah, I mean 50 can have a chance. But if we're not and we're only playing albums, then we might have a fucking problem. You know what I'm
what
saying?
about?
Yo, what's up, Jay Delaware? How you doing, my man?
Hey yo, what up, Jermaine?
Thanks for
How we
joining the
doing
chat, brother.
tonight, fam? Um, I think yeah, it'd be tough. Yo, what about like 50 and Diddy?
Mm, nah,
Diddy
because
Diddy doesn't have the catalog.
Diddy has the catalog. It's just it's not gangster enough.
It's not gangsta enough.
I don't think.
Uh,
I don't think so. Because
I.
this is the reason why he picked the game. Because the game and 50,
Mhm.
their backgrounds are similar.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So they both have a similar style of like hood music. Like, they always talk about like where they came up, how they came up, what's their story like. Yo, Dr. Chasky 95, thanks for gifting the subs, bro. I appreciate you, my
Oh
guy.
shit! Shout out Dr.
Woo!
Chasky. Yo, thanks, Justin. Appreciate the love, fam.
Yo, thank you for the subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Hey.
But as what I was saying, like it's hood music. It's really hard to. I mean, 50 and Ti would probably make more sense than 50 or Diddy.
Oh
You know,
shit! All
I
right. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish. Go
go
ahead.
ahead, go
Finish.
ahead,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say. I was gonna say. All right. So like, forget 50 for now. What about like Ti and Luda?
Yo, that's what Yaki was telling me, bro.
Yo,
Like, what if we had
Ti
a Ti and Luda battle?
and Luda would be sick.
Yes. We go fucking crazy off of that shit, bro. I think that would be fucking insane. Like, I
Yeah,
would definitely want that, bro.
ATL's finest, just going head to head, like right there. Like Ti, the undisputed, I don't know, yeah, undisputed king of the South versus the most slept on ATL artist ever that probably put ATL on the map. I yeah, I'll say it right now. As much as I love Ti, I think Luda was more influential and like one of the people that really put ATL on the map versus like Ti.
No
And
doubt. No,
and
no doubt,
and
man.
And I feel like a lot of like no, because Ti's got I don't want to be like sending any disrespect out to Ti or anything, but you know, would you say he would still have that same impact if he didn't have that ATL movie?
Yes. Yeah, I think he would.
Oh, okay, all
Honestly,
right,
I like Ti. I like the way he rhymes. I like, he has a distinct voice in my eyes, in my ears. You know what I'm saying? So if without the ATL movie, I believe Ti would still be on top. He's still lyrically up there. I wouldn't say he can run circles around these rappers, but I would say Ti has a discography that barely anybody like really notices, but he still got it. I mean, you got The King, you got Rubber Band Man, you got 24s, you got
yeah,
Let's Get
man,
Away, you got that whole fucking Paper Trails album. I mean, you got a lot of shit that Ti put out, and then he did for the culture. So, I
yeah,
mean,
dude,
a
live
lot of
your
people,
life, whatever you like.
yeah,
Bring them out, bring them out, bring
bring
them
them out,
out.
bring them out. Yeah, see, like, I'm telling you, like, people really sleep on Ti,
Oh,
but Ti
absolutely,
had fucking bangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ti took over our childhood for like I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and especially that ATL
easily,
movie puts
easily.
Ti on the map,
At or Ti was one of the most popular rappers in like the mid 2000s, so like around 2005 to like 2008, 2010. You know, like Ti was one of the top rappers. But talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Ti, talking about 50, talking about all these like, I guess you would consider them OGs now, right? Like it's 2020, about to be 2021. These guys been in the game for some of them maybe at least 15 years now, maybe even longer, maybe even like 20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
They're considered OGs.
yeah. So tonight, the episode titled, where it all started. Me and Lance, we always talk about hip hop, and we felt that like we never really talked about the importance of hip hop, what it means to us, how we kind of got into hip hop, how it, shaped us, changed us. So tonight, I guess, we just kind of give like a go in detail a little bit about, hip hop and why we love it and everything.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes,
with
sir.
that being said, I mean, where do we start? So, I guess the first question: why is hip hop important to you, Lance? What does hip hop mean to you?
Hip hop means everything to me, bro. This is my savior. This is my go-to. This is my getaway. This is like something that's really important to me.
It's almost like your
When I
religion.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like just a place where I'm safe. You know what I'm saying? Like as an Asian American, listening to hip hop really changed the way my perspective of music has been. Like I've been listening to hip hop ever since I don't know. This is like middle school days or maybe elementary school. No, no, I think sixth grade is when I started
Mm-hmm.
listening to hip hop.
Yeah,
And what it means to me is, like everything. Like hip hop saved my life. Like this is like something that I say to people, and people is like, "Oh, I don't think so." No, but it really did. Like without music, I wouldn't be who I am right now. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have hip hop in my life, like I don't know who I'd be. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'll be dead. Maybe I wouldn't be thinking straight or be thinking right. Like music has always been a big impact in my life because at the time when I was in middle school, I didn't really hang out with family at all. I didn't really hang out with my cousins. I didn't have any family parties. I really didn't feel connected with my family, and hip hop is my family.
got you. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it goes to show to me that hip hop's so important because I always talk about it in chat rooms and on Instagram, on Twitter. I mean, I met some of the dopest people through music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it really helped me with my anxiety, my self-esteem, because like if I could talk music with you, like bro, like you're my best friend because I could talk music for hours. I could talk music for
Yeah.
days. I can go as long as I can. So music is like family to me.
Yeah.
It's like,
And you're also a b-boy, dude. I mean,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
Exactly.
the whole dance aspect of your life too, like how you were super into dance and everything, like that's a derivative coming from hip hop. If you didn't love hip hop, you probably wouldn't love dancing, you know?
exactly. So, yeah, yeah, this is definitely something that I love so much. Like, I really do love it. Like I would go blind first before I go deaf.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
a
I agree with you. Like, you
that's
take
how
my
much I
vision
love it.
away, you can't take my fucking hearing away. The day I can't
Exactly,
hear
no.
music, listen to music, cuz just fucking fade me, fam.
Exactly, bro. Like I love long drives because then I can listen to albums all the time and listen to music. And music has really changed my mood. Like if I have a good playlist that day, I'm in a really good mood.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the reason why we love it because we talk about it all the time. And music has always been like a great topic to talk about. You know,
Yep.
it's helped me through a lot, and I relate to a lot of rappers, and it's just a safe place. You know, nobody's judging me at all. Nobody's talking back, and music has helped me through so much with like I'm gonna say it like with suicide, with
Mhm.
my just like being alone.
Yeah.
You
And
know, like music has always been with me.
it's really helped your mental health.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I
Nah,
mean,
I feel it. I kind of feel the same way, dude. Like, us growing up as like Asian Americans, probably coming from a very more maybe sheltered environment, with a lot of what's a polite way of putting it? Um, Coming from a background, and maybe I can't speak for everyone, but at least for me with my family, coming here and not having anything, and them living in areas that aren't the greatest, and them being influenced by the environment that they're in, and treating individuals, especially the black community, a certain way because they were picked on or whatever. They just had a lot of issues with people, so there was a certain type of like stigma towards like black people, especially with Asians, right? So
yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
growing up, it was always kind of like, oh, like I don't, like you shouldn't listen to that music because, like that's black people music. Like black people aren't good. And I was just like, yo, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, I love this music. Like, this shit's like so great. How are you? How are you talking ill, like bad about? How are you just gonna blanket like a whole race saying that they're bad? And it's, yo, what the fucking
Well,
so?
hey,
Hey,
Gig707, thanks for the
thanks for
subscribe,
the
guys.
love, fam.
Hey, Matt, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you guys.
Oh,
Dang,
have a good
I
night,
got
fam.
you. Have a good night, man.
But what was I saying? Yeah, it's just it hip hop broke a lot of barriers for me and made me learn to appreciate a community and different races. It taught me to like unlearn certain things that I was taught when I was younger, and it taught me to like be a better person basically. You know? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like race doesn't really mean anything to me. It's like everyone's human. You get what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like it
Exactly.
was
Hmm.
it was tough back then, but then now it's more socially acceptable. You know, everyone's like mixed and everything now, and like everyone's like getting together, and like everyone's cool now, or it's getting a lot better than it was like 20 years ago, when we were growing up.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
you know, me, in my opinion, like I was able to, yeah, hip hop changed me for the better. It took away a lot of bad views that I'd have, changed them, and kind of just made me this better person. And I'll forever be grateful for that.
Definitely, man. Hip hop has opened the doors. I
Yeah,
don't know if I could speak for yourself, but hip hop has opened the doors for us into a way that we can express ourselves through music.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? With music, I can pick any song, and if I feel that way, I know the song, what I can pick, and it could really change your mood. And it really, I respect the culture so much. I
yeah,
respect it. It's like I said, it's family. You can't turn your back on family,
yeah.
and this is the only family I can't turn my back on. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
feel
would
that.
never stop liking hip hop at
Yep,
all because
I feel that.
people know me as a hip hop guy. I like I said, I'm pretty sure I met half of these people on Instagram that love music, and then I could like literally remember like the day or the year or like what song we related to, So, without music, I don't think I would have that many friends, or like I would be like a talkative person, Like it's a wonderful thing to experience,
Yeah.
and that's how hip hop really formed everything for me. Like this is why we're talking about it. This is why we made a podcast about it, because this is how much we love like music. This is how much we love hip hop and how it changed us for the better. And there's so much you can do with hip hop in so many ways. It's like a diverse um genre, It's getting more diverse and diverse, like you said.
Yeah. Absolutely. So bring it back to, you said you were first introduced, or you were first like really listening to hip hop when you're in like sixth grade. So you're like what, 11, 12, or whatever. Um,
Hmm.
do you remember the first artist you listened to, or more specifically, do you remember the first album that you bought?
Yeah, yeah. So first album I bought was Get Rich or Die Trying.
Hey,
Uh
same here, cuz I remember that vividly. I was I was living in San Rafael at the time still before I moved to Hercules.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
walked into the mall and it was I forgot the name of the store, but it was like one of those like music stores, like Rasputin's or some shit like that. Something like
yeah.
that, right?
Damn, some old shit, right?
I walked in there and then I was like, uh, I was like really into playing like Grand Theft Auto when I was a little kid, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
I walked up and I was just like looking around, but I didn't really know anything about hip hop. But then I saw the album cover, right? And it was like
Mhm,
50 on it, right? But then there's like a gunshot in it, right? And then like it's
mhm.
all like fucking cracked and shit. I was like, yo, dude, this is so fucking hard. And then I got it and I listened. And then first song I heard was like In the Club, and I was just like, oh, what the fuck is this? Like, this is
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So my thing is similar to yours, right? So I heard 50 Cent on the 8 Mile soundtrack. I wouldn't say that's the first album I bought, because the album didn't have like a parental advisory sticker, so I wouldn't count that. But I
Hmm.
heard 50 Cent and I was like, oh shit, like I love this guy. I love the way his concept is.
Hmm.
His story shot 9 times, got signed by Dr. Dre and Eminem.
Hmm.
And I went to Best. I can't remember this. I remember this at all. This was like the launch day or some shit. I
Okay.
went to Best Buys, and then and Best Buys are CDs, of course. So on the
Hmm.
CDs, at the back of the CDs, there were a parent advisory and the clean version. So what I did was, my parents, Asian parents, don't
Yep.
want you to listen to that shit.
Yep.
So what
Yep.
I did was took the Best Buy sticker, like slightly, like
My
took it
God.
off the plastic
This
and
man
put it
switched
in
the
front of the parent
stickers.
advisory. And I was like, "Mom, Dad, can I get the CD? Like, I have the money. Can I buy it?" He's like, "Is there any parent advisory?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Oh, okay." So I don't see it. I opened that shit up at home. I had a CD player that my brother let me borrow.
Uh-huh.
Listen to that shit till that motherfucking CD like was scratched, bro. I love that whole concept of that CD.
Dude.
And in the club music video, I remember watching that before going to school. I didn't think nothing of it, but I watched it 2 weeks ago. And the In the Club music video has a lot of meaning to it before, like you don't think about it. So in the club, it starts off with like they're driving to the desert, right? And then
Hmm.
you have 50 Cent on the table.
Yep.
They're like really like rearranging himself. He's fixing them up. They're looking at the paperwork. And so this is the concept of 50 Cent saying, we're gonna take a chance on him. We're gonna rebuild him. We're gonna be like, we're signing to him because Columbia Records released him after he got shot 9 times.
Hmm.
If Dr. Dre, Eminem was like doctors in that music video, and they were like, all right, let's
Yep.
test him
Oh
out, see how he does,
shit. That
right?
is. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, and then they put him in the club scene, see how he does with the music and shit. You got Exhibit in there, you got Tony Yayo, The Game, Lloyd Banks, I believe
Young Buck was in there.
Young Buck was in there as well too. So you had this whole concept of 50 Cent really blowing up and really fixing himself and really just like, look, this is it. This is how we do it, and we're gonna be in the lab. Just let's test him out for a second. And I never realized that until I watched it like 2 weeks ago. Like, bro, this is a great concept because at the time, 50 Cent had so much controversy. And maybe this is why I loved him as my rapper. And this is the first time I listened to him. But overall, bro, like that music video had so much meaning to it that just besides the whole club thing. This is really like testing him out. This is really like, all right, this is it. If he doesn't succeed, then oh well. But bro, 50 Cent is an icon to me, and I believe like he's underrated, bro. He's a great MC, man, and he's been big lately. Like he talks a lot of shit on Instagram, and it. But like the Get Rich or Die Trying album, my first album to buy, and I can always go back to that and relive my childhood.
Hey, hey, dog. I just realized you remember when Dr. Dre released that "I Need a Doctor" song, the
By
music,
Eminem, yeah.
yeah, by Eminem.
Mhm,
Yo,
mhm.
it was reverse. It because that opening, because you remember Dr. Dre is driving in the fucking Lambo or whatever. He gets in the car
Yeah,
accident on the side of the thing. He's all
car
fucked up. They
accident.
find him. They put him back into like the fucking same fucking like doctor's room and everything, right? And they fucking
Yeah,
rebuild.
yeah, yeah.
Oh shit, dog! I just hey, this is blowing my mind right now. I just realized that. Oh my
Oh,
god.
you're right. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. So, man, it's like full circle with like Shady
Yeah.
Aftermath and
Mm-hmm.
like Aftermath and all that. So, yeah, 50 Cent was my first CD, and so was yours. And I remember that day clearly and vividly, man. I love the CD cover. It had 19 tracks. It's supposed to be a double disc. They cut it off at 17 or 16, I think, for one disc, but it just came one disc as a 19 track. And it's a classic album. Definitely a classic album for sure.
Alright. Um, I feel like we should just get it out of the way now because I feel like we're just gonna spend a whole lot of fucking time talking about it. But Kanye West.
Kanye
Um,
West.
um, Kanye's The College Dropout was the second album that I ever bought, or like a hip hop album that I bought. I remember I bought it at Hilltop Mall. I don't remember the fucking store, but I remember it was one of those stores in Hilltop Mall, and I bought
Oh, was
it.
it Suncoast? Was it Suncoast?
It might have been the one where
Okay,
they
well,
sell
sorry.
like DVDs and
Yeah.
movies and shit too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think it's Suncoast. But yeah, go
yeah.
on, go on, go on, man.
I remember. Okay, I didn't even buy it. I remember going in there, and when you at the mall, your parents are just like, "Hey, just go." Like you're walking around, whatever, not paying attention. So I look at
Yeah.
it, and then like I didn't have any money. I got to ask my parents if I could buy it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I grab the CD. I walk out the store because my parents are waiting for me outside. And then I'm like,
Yeah,
"Hey
yeah.
guys, can I buy the CD?" And then like my mom looks at me and she's like, "Did you just take that CD and walk out here with it to ask me if you could buy it?" I was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah."
yeah.
She was like, "All right, let's go." And then we just fucking left. So I technically stole that
So
that
when
CD
College Dropout came out, what,
for
2004? Okay, so
yep.
2003. So we're still in middle school. So
This was right
I
after I just moved to Hercules.
okay, I got you. I got you. Second CD for me, Eminem Show.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Slim Shady. So Eminem Show really changed the game for me. I
Mm-hmm.
love that album so much. I put that next to 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying. So when I was like going to long road trips or driving to the city or whatnot, traffic, of course, right? So I always switch back to Eminem Show to Get Rich or Die Trying. Eminem Show was really that album for me.
Was it?
You had, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, was it? Would you say Eminem was the artist to like really make you kind of like deep dive into hip hop for you to just kind of like learn more about the culture to like really start finding new artists and new music and everything? Because Kanye West was that guy for me. Because I remember at first I didn't really like Kanye West because I thought that the Slow Jams music video, I didn't really understand it. I thought it was stupid. I didn't really like
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
Uh-huh.
And then the song fucking grew on me. So then I finally bought the fucking or got the fucking album and I listened to it. And then I was like, yo, this is crazy because the beats on College Dropout were shit that I never heard before. And the shit that he was rapping about was like not your typical stuff that I hear rappers rapping about, right? So I was just like, yo,
Mhm.
I feel like I could connect to this a little more. Like this is like you know, like it's just not like super hard shit. And then
Yeah, yeah.
that was when I found out who like Ludacris was and like Jay-Z. At the time I was like really into the Dave Chappelle show, so then it was just I heard that song with Mos Def on it and I was just like, oh shit, that's the dude that was on the fucking Dave Chappelle show.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
then after that, like that was when I did the fucking deep dive. That was If it wasn't for Kanye West and 50, if it wasn't for 50 Cent and if it wasn't for Kanye West, I would not be here talking about hip hop with you.
Sure. I mean, Eminem, yeah, Eminem, I'm not gonna lie. Eminem has really really made me deep dive into hip hop. And I'll tell you why. Because Eminem was signed by Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was NWA. I mean, the list goes on with his history, right? Eminem signed 50 Cent. 50 Cent had G Unit, Lloyd Banks, Tony Ayo, Young Buck, The Game, right? So in my middle school days, this was the group I listened to. You know, you had D12, you had Proof, you had Eminem, 50 Cent, Young Buck, Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, Dr. Dre. I mean, anybody that was in that Aftermath family, I fucked with. Like, I listened to it. I bought all their CDs. I remember buying each one of their CDs. Um, so the Eminem show really made me think about hip hop more because the way Eminem rhymes, the way he doesn't give a fuck about what he rhymes about, hard hitting songs. You got fucking What You Say, White America, Cleaning Out My Closet. You got those type of songs that really describe how he felt. And what I liked about Eminem is that he puts all his shit and his information all in his music. So you know his whole story.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about like talking about rappers that put their own story, like 50 Cents, like he got shot 9 times. Columbia Records released him. Jam Master Jay was gonna sign him. With Dr. Dre, you had him from NWA. He was a producer. He found Eminem. Like shit like that. Like
You,
I know
you,
their whole story.
hey, you know what? I'm not saying like they're all kind
Mhm.
of like underdog, like Cinderella type stories, but like, yeah, it's kind of like that. And I feel like that's what you're attracted to. Like, you're always rooting for the underdog.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, definitely, bro. Like with Eminem like got signed by Dr. Dre because he lost in a rap battle, passing out tapes. Then Jimmy Iovine got into it, played with Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre flew him to LA, and then fucking he put on a beat for Eminem, and that's how they made My Name Is. And that was fucking ill. Like,
My name is.
yeah, like you have one shot to really prove yourself. And Dr. Dre really took this guy because everybody was like, you can't succeed with this white boy. Not gonna make you money, he's gonna ruin your career. Dr. Dre took a chance, and that's how Eminem took a chance with 50 Cent, you know. So with me, I love the underdog story. I love how shit came up. And with a lot of these rappers nowadays, I don't know their history. I don't know the story. I have to Google them. But with like Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, those three really ruled the 2000s for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my middle school days consist of all those people listening to them.
It's,
I didn't really listen to anybody else.
you know, besides, like 50 and Ye, um, the next person that I'm gonna tell you that like also really got me like more into hip hop, which might be kind of surprising because of my previous stance on this rapper, but Jay Z.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Jay Z was very influential to me when I was a young kid
Yeah, yeah.
because we always talk about like MTV and VH1, like TRL and like BET,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
106 and Park and everything, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when Dirt Off Your Shoulder came out, that was like the hottest
Ooh.
fucking song, right? And then
Yeah.
that was when I learned about downloading music illegally and shit. So I got the Black album, and the Black album. was so fucking good. Like Third Off Your Shoulder, 99 Problems, Moment of Clarity, Lucifer. Um, I didn't like Encore until they did that Linkin Park remix, but
Mhm.
then that made me go back, and then that made me found the Blueprint. The Blueprint's also one of my favorite J albums. So then off there it was like Izzo, Girls, 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 Jigga, um, All I Need, Renegade with Eminem. You remember that song?
Ooh, 'cause I'm a motherfucking renegade. Oh, yeah, I love that song. And M killed you on your own shit. That was from Ether. Just like, oh guys, no. I remember
Uh,
that, man.
yeah, the Black Album was crazy, and then that introduced that made me kind of like start thinking about like producers and the beats, because I found out that a lot of times, even though I don't really like maybe the rapper, whatever they're rapping about, I really fuck with the
Yeah.
beat. I, I, I,
Yeah,
s-
yeah, yeah.
I started like falling in love with like production and everything. So then I had to start figuring out like who is like producing all these things, right? I was just like, oh
Mhm.
shit, Kanye West produced this, or Just Blaze produced this. I was just like, oh shit, who are these fucking people? Where are they getting their influences from? And then that was when I discovered A Tribe Called Quest. And when I discovered A Tribe Called Quest, that like like it was over, like all over again, dude. And uh, I'm almost embarrassed to say it as a Bay Area native, as a guy, as a person from California, but
Yeah.
I really wasn't fucking with like West Coast like everyone else was. Like it probably
Mhm.
wasn't until I was like 15 or 16 I was like really listening to Tupac, because I was listening to a lot of Biggie at the time. And that was, of course, everyone talks about like who's better, like Biggie or Pac. And then I was listening to like was it All Eyes on Me? And then when I heard that,
All eyes on me.
that was when I was
Mhm.
just like, oh shit, like I was just like super engulfed with like the West Coast rap. And then that was when I discovered like who NWA was. And
Mhm.
yeah, it was crazy. Like that was it's so weird. I always think it's so weird how, you know, being from the West Coast, I'm so influenced by like New York, the mecca of hip hop, and that's the sound that I prefer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I feel you on that one. Like New York shit was my shit as well too. I mean, of course, Biggie, my favorite rapper of all time. You got Nas. I mean, you got Rakim. Rakim was my favorite as well because Rakim made beats for b-boys, and b-boys know how to get down with "Don't Sweat the Technique" or "Ain't No Joke." Like those are the top two songs for me. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh,
So Rakim is the Rakim is the king of MCs, no doubt about that.
dude.
I mean,
Yeah,
Rakim has a
no doubt.
story to tell,
That and
no
then
doubt about that.
that and like other producers out of there, Pete Rock's one of my all-time favorite. Pete Rock is my number one producer, my all-time favorite producer. It would probably be like
B
Pete
Rock.
Rock. It'll probably go like Pete Rock, Nujabes, ooh, Ninth Wonder, Yay, like um, like those are like that's tough, man. Fuck.
It,
I don't even know what
it
I'm fucking
is.
talking about anymore. It's crazy just
It
thinking
is
about it.
tough.
So,
Yeah, yes. Oh,
uh,
go ahead, bro.
no, I was gonna say too, like we were talking about like Ludacris and everything too. Ludacris was also a huge influence on me. Luda
Mhm.
and Ti were both huge influences on me in the younger days too. Like Ti's Rubber Band Man, that was the hardest shit I ever heard. 24's, that was the hardest shit I ever heard. And I
24
am not afraid to admit it.
running.
If it wasn't for Need for Speed Underground, I would have not known who the fuck Ti was.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, dude.
Damn,
If it
man.
wasn't for Need for Speed
That's
Underground,
crazy.
I would not know who the fuck Ti was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Damn. That's tough, brother. That's crazy cool. That's funny, my
Yeah,
man.
dude, I'm a fucking
Yeah, I
nerd, man.
mean, for me, yeah, it's Nas, Biggie. This is high school now. This is like when I found out about shit. This is Nas,
Hmm.
Biggie, Talib Kweli, Atmosphere. You have what was a big influence on me back in the day? Like this is so after G Unit and all that shit back in middle school, high school was all those people. Kanye West introduced me to Twista.
Common.
Twista,
I was
Common. You
big on
got
Common like in high school.
yeah,
Fuck, I'm trying to hold on. Let me look.
Rhymefest. No, yeah, Kanye West introduced me to Rhymefest, and I love that guy. Consequence. You got Freeway. Oh man, like Kanye, man. I'm not gonna lie, Kanye West didn't influence me until after college. I mean, not after high school. I didn't really listen to Kanye West. I listened to him like Heartless and all his other albums. But My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, that would really like made me go back and listen to every Kanye West album before that album.
When
And so before that, like I was listening to J. Cole's Friday Night Lights. I was listening to Wale's More About Nothing mixtapes. Like J. Cole's Friday Night Lights has got to be like one of my top favorite mixtapes of all time. And it's like it really influenced me into really getting into conscious rap and more like studying the lyrics more than like listening to the beats. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time I was just listening to the beats, listening to some lyrics, of course, but J. Cole has really Friday Night Lights have really changed my, idea of lyricism, you know, as I talk about Rakim and the ones before me, J. Cole put, like, a story in your head and made you, like, really go through, like, what he's been going through, you know? I mean, Biggie, of course, Kanye, but J. Cole has really, like, changed my perspective, like, during high school or after high school, I believe, yeah.
I was about to say, you was if you was listening to J. Cole in high school, then man, you
Yeah. Yeah, I
damn,
forgot his Friday Night Lights came out, like,
really.
I think, like, 3 months after we graduated or some shit.
I think some of those mixtapes came out in like the mid 2000s, dude. I think he was making
Oh,
some of
yeah.
those mixtapes when he was like in college still.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Could be right.
talking about Common, Common was the person that really got me into conscious rap. I guess if you want to label it like that. You remember that album B?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I remember that album and that album cover, yeah. Mhm.
uh, I'm pretty sure I was like a freshman. And Go,
Go,
Faithful,
go.
Real
Ooh.
People, They Say. Like listening to those and just hearing about the shit that he was talking about and being from Chicago, and I was just like, yo, dude, like Chicago's the shit. and then that and then Kanye West also kind of like introduced me to like Lupe Fiasco too.
Oh, Lupe Fiasco. Damn,
And
forgot.
then that's how you have that whole little like three like top artists like coming out of Chicago, or in my opinion, the dopest Chicago rappers. And then at that time, yeah, Food and Liquor. Our Food and Liquor was just one of my all time favorite albums, like Kick Push, Sunshine, Daydreaming, Hurt Me Soul, Pressure. Uh, even like the skits and the fucking intro and outro to like Food and Liquor was like so fucking good. And then when a little later, I think we were like 15 or 16 in 2007 when he dropped
Mhm,
The Cool was I think The Cool was probably like one of the pinnacles of like it was like to me like the pinnacle of like hip hop. The one of in my opinion the greatest albums to ever come out because
ooh.
he
A bold statement. It's a very big
flexed.
statement, man.
Yep. He had so many different flows on that fucking album. It was crazy. His style, like so many different styles and just the shit that he was rapping about too cuz like it was
Mhm.
super fucking eye-opening too. Like
Yeah.
I remember I was like learning about the Rwanda genocide, right? And then when I heard Little Weapon, I was like, dude, this is like some woke shit. This was like before people were fucking woke. Dude, if you don't remember that song, like, yo, I tell you, my favorite, like, there's so many bangers on this fucking album. Go Go Gadget Flow. That was such a good fucking song, dude.
Oh,
That
yeah, I
shit
remember that
went
one.
so
I
fucking
remember that one.
hard. Superstar was like the pop hit off there, but then it was fucking dope, dude.
Mhm.
Paris Tokyo, Gold Watch, High Definition with fucking Snoop Dogg. Hip hop saved my life. I connect.
Yes, there you go. There you go,
I
man.
I won't even front. That song made me cry.
Oh yeah, the description of "Hip Hop Saved My Life" in that song was so done in the music video. I remember that music video vividly. It was about like a up and coming rapper trying to make money for his family, posting that shit on MySpace, and he's describing like what's it like to
and
do it,
and he was and he was talking about like whack rappers and shit, and people like how people would like pop off and get famous, or like they make hits over like some stupid, like some whack ass shit.
Yeah,
Because there's this part
yeah.
where he was talking about like went to the
Stack that
local,
cheese.
yeah, some the hook was some stack that
Stack
cheese.
that cheese.
Yeah,
So stack that.
but
Yeah.
hold on, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet, fam. So hip hop saved my life. Intruder alert. Little Weapon. What else? Fucking, um, Fighters, and actually, I think that's it. Uh, Dumb It Down was cool, but I wouldn't say it was my favorite out there. But how many songs did I name? Probably at least like 7 songs off of the fucking album,
Name
or
the whole
damn near fucking
name the whole
half.
fucking album, bro.
Dude, all time, that was peak Lupe Fiasco. That was peak Lupe Fiasco, and that is the Lupe I remember. That is the Lupe I will always talk about. When people try to tell me that like Lupe isn't a dope rapper, like he was mediocre or whatever, I'm like, y'all guys gotta go back. You gotta stop with the fucking bullshit. You gotta listen to the cool, and you really gotta sit down and listen to it, and you just gotta take it all in. You can't like it's I'm at a loss for words, dude.
You gotta relive your childhood on that one, my man. Yeah, that was like when did the Cool come out? That was like during high school. Or was that after high school?
That was
That
when we were in
was
high school. I think that was like 2007, 2008. No, 2007, because I think the same year there was another. I'm trying to think of like the other dope album that dropped that year too. Yeah, but 2007.
damn. That's 7. That's fucking nuts, dude. old, old, old shit. Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh
So,
yeah,
but
because sorry, but
oh no, you
that
good.
was that
You
same
go.
year. Graduation came out.
Ah, yes.
I remember
Damn.
when I was still burning CDs. And off graduation, I remember because I would have like Paris Tokyo, The Coolest, Go Go Gadget Flow, and Superstar on like every CD I burned. And then
Mhm.
off graduation, I would have Good Morning America, Big Brother, Good Life. It's crazy. That was such a fucking good year because,
No
oh,
doubt.
by the way, Um, that was the same year Eardrum came out.
Oh my god, yeah, I
And
remember that. I remember buying that for sure.
besides Eardrum, Ti versus Tip, one of my all time favorite Ti albums.
Damn, that's
Um,
crazy, man. Shit.
who else?
Well, I mean, 50 Cent's third album, because Kanye West and 50 Cent had that feud. Remember that with graduation and shit? That
Curtis,
Kanye
but
West
Curtis was
lost.
not. I don't
Nah,
remember
it wasn't.
anything off fucking Curtis.
I remember
It,
some songs,
I
but
think
yeah, I know what you mean.
that was the album that, yeah. Um, I didn't discover this album till later, but I thought it was crazy that it came out at the same time. But Below the Heavens with Blue and Exile, that is probably, uh, I don't know, like, I don't want to disrespect them and say like that was one of the best like underground hip hop albums of all time, because I think they're more than like underground rap, or Blue is more than just an underground rapper. But that album's a hip hop classic in my opinion. There there were so many. I think Rich Boy, remember that dude? The fucking
Rich
throw some
boy
D's on
selling
that.
threes on that bitch. Yeah, yeah,
He he came out with an album that year too. He was one of the hottest rappers for that one year.
yeah. jeez, yeah, I mean, oh shit, hip hop was dead. They came out
Oh,
in January.
hey,
Uh,
and Soldier Boy came out with Soldier Boy Tell 'Em.
in 2007? Oh shit.
2007. Yep, I remember
You got
because that
Underground,
was
yeah,
that was
Underground Kings with UGK.
that was like right before like the Bape craze. Real that was right before Bape went mainstream in the U.S.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. Soldier Boy Tell 'Em October 20th, 2007. Wow, dude.
bro. I
This was this
uh,
was this was a year. This was a crazy ass year. Fuck the World, Young Buck, Greatest Hits and Horse,
yeah.
B.I.G., Rich
This
Boy,
is
yeah. Late Night Special with Pretty Rick. The Inspiration, Young Jeezy.
uh,
Damn.
and all those albums that we just mentioned. Jay-Z also dropped American Gangster that year too, but I wasn't super big on that album. I think in I wasn't into Jay-Z at that time anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Um,
got you.
but like all these albums and artists that we're talking about, like I think all these people like shaped us in positive ways. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, man. They shaped me into somebody I like. You know what I'm saying? Kanye West shaped me, 50 Cent. You got J. Cole, Wale. Wale is more about nothing mixtape has really shaped me into a person that I can get along with myself. I think Wale's More About Nothing mixtape was that mixtape for me because I love the skits on that. I love the whole Seinfeld thing. I love the breakup song, number ones. And I didn't really know the mixtape or watch Seinfeld at all. So I remember Ian told me that about the Seinfeld show. So the Seinfeld show is really a show about nothing. Like, you can literally watch it at any season, at any time, and you can really just, watch it. You don't have to go season for season, you can watch any episode. So when I thought about that, when he told me that, I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." Like, Wale really thought about this album and critiqued it and put every skit to it and really just studied the show, and every skit that he put on those songs were amazing. Like, the breakup song was probably, like, my favorite Wale song and number one. Man, just that whole mixtape. I wish that whole mixtape was like on Spotify, Apple Music, and J. Cole's Friday Night Lights. J. Cole's Friday Night Lights was
I
the top mixtape for me as well too.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what, fam. I'm gonna give you those mixtapes.
Please
No,
do.
real shit. Real shit. I found one of my old hard drives.
Oh, no shit.
Fam. Fam. I got you. But another rapper we didn't talk about earlier that I just want to give mention to now, but Lil Wayne.
uh,
Oh shit, I've been
for
pressing the wrong button. Yeah,
for
yeah.
you,
Lil Wayne.
maybe.
Lil Wayne was probably like one of my favorite rappers growing up as like a little kid because the Carter 2, fucking love those fucking albums. The Carter 2, and then like in high school, the Carter 3, like when he had the fucking Mr. Carter, Emily, Got
Woo!
Money,
Hey,
Mrs.
Mr.
Officer,
Carter.
Lollipop.
Yeah, you been. Oh my god, Carter 3 was amazing.
You
I
ain't
love
got
the Carter
money.
3. I bought that as a vinyl, and man, that's one of those top Carter 3. That Carter 3 album was really, really that album that I could listen to like straight. It's kind of like the Get Rich or Die Trying album. I
Yeah.
could listen to straight.
And same thing with like the Carter 2 because Money on My Mind, Fireman, Best Rapper Alive, Hit 'Em Up, Hustler Music, Wheezy Baby, um,
Wheezy baby.
yeah.
The Carter 3, damn.
And then off the
Man, the
Carter
Carter 3
2,
has
Go DJ, On the Block, We Don't,
go DJ. No, I'm
Cash
not
Money
even gonna
Millionaires, Bring It Back, Get Down, Hose. That's, yeah, man. Like, I got I'm looking at his discography. I'm looking at Wayne's discography right now. It's yeah, man. Wayne was super influential on me too. But moving on, we talk about high school. We talked about middle school or childhood. We talked about high school a lot. What about post high school? So we graduated 2010, off to college. You know, we're adults, and that 2010 to like 2013 period was probably like the heaviest like I was into hip hop because I felt that that was when the next new wave of rappers was coming in. There was like this weird generational shift, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
Cuz a lot of this music was dominated by the South or in the East Coast, right? Or it was Ye or whatever. But then like out of LA, you had an up and coming Kendrick Lamar that no one really knew about yet unless he was like from the area, but when he dropped Section 80, I think in like 2011, that was also coming off. This mind you, Kendrick at that time was not popping because the biggest rapper in my opinion in like 2010, 2011 was Wiz Khalifa or Drake.
Yeah, no,
You
I
was
totally agree. I totally agree
you were
with that.
competing with Wiz Khalifa and his what was it, that Cushion OJ mixtape is probably one of that's probably like a
Ooh.
top 10 if not top 5 mixtape ever.
Drop a clue bomb for that one.
Ever. So that there's the currency hype, but if you just go back talking about California and LA specifically, you had all these cats coming in out of LA. That was super dope. Kendrick was up and coming at the same time. Uh, someone who was gaining a lot of traction and has a cult following would be Dom Kennedy. You know, I love Dom Kennedy. Lance doesn't really like Dom Kennedy, but he was another huge factor for kind of just like bringing up this underground sound, in my opinion. You
Oh,
know,
see,
back and then and then you had these fucking weird ass kids who are fucking riding skateboards and rocking Supreme shirts and fucking eating cockroaches in music videos and shit. But
Odd Future.
yeah, Odd Future back in that time, dude, Odd Future was a fucking wave. Like you had so many kids that was probably not fucking with hip hop that were probably like into like rock music or like electronic music or whatever the fuck, but then they see fucking Tyler Creator come out of nowhere, this weird ass kid wearing fucking polos, Supreme shirts, and fucking high ass fucking knee socks with his fucking chucks and shit. Fucking
Dude.
killing it in the fucking rap. Like the man sounded like he was 30 when he was like 17. And to me that was crazy, and this was also probably the end of this was when mixtapes were kind of like starting to go away because Lance talked about all the dopest like all the Friday Night Lights, the Come Up,
More About Nothing
yeah, More About
mixtape.
Nothing mixtape with Wale. I
Oh,
said
Acid Rap.
Section
Acid
8.
Rap came out during post college, and I love that
Yeah,
fucking
but Acid Rap didn't
that
come out
mixtape.
until like 2015, 2016.
Was it really? No,
Yeah.
no, no. It can't
No,
be that
no,
late.
no,
Hell
no,
no.
nope. Go check it.
Let
Bet.
me see. Let me go. I'll
If
check
I'm
this. I'm gonna
wrong,
check this.
if I'm wrong, I'll dye my hair pink.
2013, bro.
No,
Yes.
you
You go
lying.
look at yourself.
Uh-uh.
I just looked it up. It's 2013. I remember that because Acid Rap came out. Um, I remember 2013, of course, and I was driving to San Jose to pick up some shoes, and I was bumping that throughout the whole year. And I remember that specific
Oh
year
shit! This you are
because,
right.
yeah,
Uh,
because
well, I don't got no
that's
hair to
when I
dye pink anyway, so y'all bitches out of luck.
that's when I turned 21, and I was just like buying shoes left and right because I got a job. And Acid Rap was that album that I used to listen to every day going to work when I used to work at Forever 21. I
Shit,
remember that.
bro.
Yeah, I
You
remember
right.
that year.
You right. You right. You right. You right. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Shit, you are
Yeah,
right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Damn, dude.
I just
Cocoa
love
butter
that mixtape.
kisses. Dude, cocoa butter kisses.
Cigarettes, all
Everybody
I wanna take,
something.
I drink.
Acid rain. That was super
Oh
good.
my!
But
What was that? What was that one song with Childish Gambino? It
favorite song?
was favorite song. Nina's my favorite song. You just don't know the word, but I still fuck with you. You just ain't ever. Oh my god, I love that song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm super glad they put that on Apple Music. That was like probably his first and last project that was really good.
Um, and also coming out of the East Coast from New York again, two of my three of my favorite rappers around this 2011 2013 time period. In 2011, that was when ASAP Rocky was gaining traction. ASAP Rocky
Oh, right.
was
You're right. You're right.
people were
You're right.
talking about ASAP Rocky, and ASAP Rocky had I fucked with ASAP Rocky so fucking hard because originally when he was coming out, right, they were like, you had this New York dude sounding like he was coming from the South. And I will tell everybody now, the dopest rappers, in my opinion, are probably like are people from New York that like either move to Atlanta or vice versa, and like they either have that like Atlanta like swag, but then they pick up the New York flow, or vice versa. They got the New York flow, but they pick up, or actually that's the same thing. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking saying, but anyways, ASAP Rocky was that guy, and that was also when ASAP Rocky was cool with Space Ghost Perp.
Jesus Christ.
Space Ghost Perp, and then you had the whole like Raider clan, Raider, what was it? Yeah, Raider clan. They had like hella fucking dope people too. But yeah, ASAP Rocky was hella dope. That Live Love ASAP mixtape,
Mhm, mhm.
that shit was crazy because it had, yo, what was a banger off there? Pesos, Purple Swag, Trilla, Keep It G, Acid Drip, Roll Up. Those were all bangers off the fucking album or mixtape. And then also the next biggest eight artists to come out of the ASAP mob, of course, was like ASAP Ferg. ASAP Ferg was featured on ASAP Rocky's album. I think it was what, the Shabba Rank song, right?
Shaba, right? Hey, go, Jay. I got shot, shower. Oh my god, damn, that brought me back to memories too.
Oh no, it was the other way around. It was no, I'm wrong. ASAP Ferg came out with that Trill Lord album, and then that was on there with ASAP Rocky. But anyways, that fucking crazy. And then you had Joey Badass emerging out leading Pro Era, and then that Pro Era mixtape, the 1999, one of my all-time favorite mixtapes, albums, whatever the fuck you want to call it, my favorite Joey Badass project, hands down, better than All American Badass.
Okay, which one?
1999.
Okay, yeah, I already knew that was coming. I knew that was coming for sure. 1999, yeah, yeah, 1999, classic, man,
Dude,
classic,
see,
class. I have to re-listen to
you
that
got you
one
got to do
because
that. Came out in like 2012, 2013, I forget, but yeah, Summer Nights, Wave, Survival Tactics, Illuminati, Funky Hose, Daily Routine, Snakes, Third Eye Shit. Third Eye Shit was like the one that song was like 20 minutes or some shit, but it had every single person that was part of Pro Era on it. Um, yeah, I don't know. That was, and I think, like, if I'll be 100% honest, this was also at the same time when I kind of started after after 2013, probably like 2015 was when I kind of like stopped listening to hip hop almost altogether. And the reason why was because of like the emergence of like the SoundCloud rappers and the mumble rap at the time. Like
mhm,
that was the in thing, that was like the super viral thing, and everyone was kind of like rapping like Future, and I was not a huge Future fan at the time because I
mhm,
just
mhm,
didn't fuck with the shit, or I felt that his music at the time didn't have substance. Like you could
mhm,
still like get down, but at
mhm,
that period of time in my life, I was like I was like a hip hop snob. I was like an elitist. I was like I was like, man, if your shit wasn't like about the like the four basic like what the fuck is it?
Four basic elements.
Yeah, if your shit
Yeah.
didn't incorporate like some type of form like of something coming from the four basic elements, sorry, I can't talk right now.
You're good. You're good, man.
Yeah, I just couldn't really fuck with it, and I felt at that time I was just like I feel like I kind of just need to walk away.
I feel you. I feel you, my man. Yeah, I was in that whole EDM phase as well too. I pretty much was like, I was keeping up with the music, but at the same time, I wasn't really feeling the rappers at the time. But I was like, this is the age when I was like really close minded. I was like 22, 23, partying, and I really wanted to listen to party music. But EDM took over for a little bit. But I always go back to hip hop because hip hop was like my number one love, of course. And like I said, I always go back to this. I always go back to this because I really didn't open my mind until 2018, 2017. I think 18 was the Migos.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk
And
about that.
yeah, and you always told me, I remember this. This is how open I am now. You always told me that Migos was my top favorite albums because there's a bangers, not everybody's gonna be like a Run DMC, not everybody's gonna be like a Mob Deep and shit. You gotta have fun with music. And I always go back to this all the fucking time, and I can't thank you enough. That's what opened my doors to like the Lil Uzis of the world, or the Juice worlds, like because of the XXXTentacions, because with those type of artists, I consider them mumble rappers, but at the same time, I really didn't give them a chance because a lot of people you get influenced by social media so much that like when people say these rappers are not good and do this, do that, you follow them a lot. But I chose to like open my mind. I mean, shit, Juice WRLD was dope, XXXTentacion, Lil Uzi Vert, I mean Future. You got all these like bangers and shit, and like I can see why people would love them. So of course MCing and like lyrical shit will always be my shit, will always be my cup of tea, will always be my like, stuff that I can go by to. But there's always that time where you can go back to like crazy ass shit you can turn up to and still love the music that you love. Like hip hop has so many like genres of music that you can really enjoy every single one of them, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Um, yeah, I think of like I'm very similar to like everything Lance said because after like 2015, I was like still keeping up to date with hip hop, but I just wasn't actively listening to it. At that time, I was really into like beats, specifically like jazz hop, new jazz, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Mhm.
I think everyone calls it fucking lo-fi now. Um,
Oh, okay, yeah,
yeah,
okay, I know what
that
you're
that
talking
was the
about.
shit I was like really into. So I was listening to producers like Nujabes, Thomas Prime, Re Plus, Marcus D. I was like really going back, getting into like conscious rap. So I was listening to a lot of like Blue and Exile, Substantial, Pace Rock, 5Ds. I was going back, revisiting the hieroglyphics discography. I was going super into that. I got it super into De La Soul, super into Tribe Called Quest again. I got super into like Wu Tang. I got super into like all these groups or all these like older artists that I always knew about, but I never really like dived into their discography or anything, right?
Mhm.
So it's like if I talking about it now, I kind of think it was like a blessing, dude. Like if I didn't get burned out and if that this generation of hip hop, if I didn't feel so disconnected from it, I wouldn't have been able to like go back and like learn to love all this other all this other music that I didn't really know about or I knew about but I didn't really know about it.
Definitely. I think having that break as well too for EDM. has really like opened my shit, like my whole mindset of hip hop even more because I missed it. I missed the vibes. I don't have to when I go to like shows and shit for hip hop. I really don't need to get drunk. I really don't need to be like fucked up to like really enjoy the show because I love the music so much that I could be sober and really enjoy myself, like word
Dude,
for
same.
word, rhyme the shit.
Yep.
So with EDM, it showed me that, you really have to like in my case, you really have to get fucked up to really enjoy the music because I didn't really enjoy it too much. The more I got really fell in love with it.
Mhm.
But I
You're just
mean,
there
it
for the
really showed
party
me
scene.
that yeah, you said it for the parties, but hip hop, you feel connected. Like it's a different super vibes with it. Like J. Cole's concert, the Forest Hill Drive, really
Oof.
opened my shit. Like I was like sober as fuck, listening to lyrics for lyrics for lyrics,
Yep.
singing along to it, performing like him performing it, and really, really opened my eyes. Like, okay, like this is why I love it. This is why I enjoy it so much because I remember it piece by piece because I wasn't fucked up.
Mhm.
And it just it's just a vibe. It's a crazy feeling and I really can't explain it. But I mean, if people know what I'm talking about, this is the feeling. This is why I'm into the music the way I am. This is why I diverse every single lyric every time an album comes out. This is why I want to know every single beat or who made the beat. And being in the game for so long, being in hip hop, like a hip hop talker for so long, you tend to know who made that beat or who put shit into it or who's with who. The whole history of like, because hip hop always has history, regardless of what artist. You know what I'm saying? So, this is kind of like this is like if of course there's classes over there, but man, if I could and go back, I would literally like learn how to be like a music manager or like a hip hop enthusiast or teach a class about this shit because man, it really like saved my life. Like this is the shit I love to do. This shit I love to talk about.
You could, I mean, nothing, to be honest, man, nothing's stopping you from doing that right now. You could totally go back and get into it, do everything you wanted to do, man.
That's true. That's very true, man. And I mean, this could be a start for what our podcast is about.
Yo,
This could be a start to like really something big,
yeah, exactly. You never know. You never know. But in the meantime, we just can be enjoying what we doing right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, my
Um,
man.
and with that, I think we'll probably close up the episode. Low key, keeping it low key a little short tonight. Unfortunately, this week we weren't able to do that longer streams that we want to do on Wednesday due to there's just a lot of shit going on right now, especially with work. It's super chaotic and
Yeah.
family obligations and all that stuff. But hopefully next week we should be back
Hey,
to our
okay.
normal schedule and back to our normal routine.
Actually,
And
next week's Thanksgiving.
oh shit, not next week. We will be taking a break for Thanksgiving because everyone's gonna be with the families and everything. But
Yeah, yeah.
keep posted. Maybe we'll do a little something, something. But that first week of December, we will definitely be back on track.
So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And with that being said, I'm Calvo. This is the homie,
Lance Tom.
and everyone have a good night. And we'll catch you guys next week. And remember, Gucci won the fucking battle.
Burr! Burr! Vanessa Hudgens said that. So I
Oh,
don't
oh,
know.
okay. Have a good night, fam.
Good night, my guys.